Hi guys, it's me Samantha and we are here today to talk about the Viseart Bijouxette palette. I have never tried anything from Viseart before this, so I'm really excited. And yeah, if you want to see me create these two eye looks, continue watching. If you are new to my channel, my name is Samantha. I'm a makeup enthusiast. Playing with makeup is my therapy, and if you feel the same way, be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can come back and see other videos with me. And let's talk a little bit about the palette, and then I will get into the demo portion of the palette. So this is my first time purchasing from Viseart, and I believe this palette was about $39. This is the front face of the palette, and then this is where the opening of the palette is. I wanted to point out the pattern. They like sized it perfectly so that here in the closure the lines match up perfectly. Like the detail in just the packaging, I was really excited and pleased about. I love the size of the palette as well. This is it compared to my hands, and I do have fairly small hands. And it has this cute little satin tag to kind of help you lift. It is magnetized here. And then the name of the palette is on this label inside, and then it opens up like this. There's a mirror included, and then these are the shades here. It has like this plastic covering that I placed back on because I thought that was pretty nice, as opposed to like the film that you just throw away. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. I don't think I've ever seen anybody mention this in a palette review of Viseart before, but I'm going to mention it, and maybe you've seen this or know this. But the palette has these little divots, and you can kind of see all these little divots here. What I didn't realize is you can kind of like put your finger in and pull out the individual shadow. So if you have more than one, you can kind of, I would assume you can create your own palettes. Now, one thing I did notice, and I'll just show you, it does not have the name of the shadow on the back. It's not labeled at all. So, and I don't see any names of the shadows anywhere. So you might not care about that at all, but maybe you could add your own labels to kind of reference which palette it originally came from or whatever. But I did think that was pretty cool. If you have more than one Viseart palette, you can kind of create your own, which was really nice. And it has about 7, I don't know, shimmer, I would call it more like satin shades, but they are a little bit more punchy than like a flat satin, if that makes any sense. There's one matte shade here with glitter in it, and then there's 4 standard matte shadows in there. I will insert swatches right here, and I have to say I was really surprised. These shadows really do pick up well on the brush. Let's jump into the demo portion of the video. Alright, so I already have my eyes primed. I'm using my Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer. I've had this for a really long time. I feel like it crept its way back in my drawer from a declutter, but I'm gonna use it. I've really been thinking about my products, and I really want to get use of everything and stop purchasing so much of everything, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're gonna be using this today. And so I think what I want to go in first is this brown shade here. To use this is just like a Profusion brush that came with a palette. Bring my mirror over and I will zoom you in. Hello. Alright, so we're gonna go in with this brown. It's like a coffee brown shade, and kind of use that as our crease shade. I always have to remind myself to relax my eye because I want to do this and like get in there, but when I relax my eye, this is pretty much where I want to be. So I do want to get on the inside as well, but I do have to remind myself with my particular eye shape, it's probably best to kind of relax the eye a little bit more. Pretty easy to use. Color is nice. pigmentation is nice. I'm kind of just blending the edges of it all the way up to my brow with like no additional product, just to kind of like make sure the edges don't look harsh and that it blends. And I actually plucked my eyebrows a little bit today, which I haven't done in ages. I'm a bad girl. So alright, with a smaller brush, I'm gonna go into this matte orange that has like some glitter in it. I don't know why they do that. It looks so pretty in the pans, but like those glitters never translate to the eye. They always, you know, fall apart before they really like make it onto the eye. Now I'm gonna try to pack a little shadow here because for some reason I always have trouble with shadow sticking there. And that like was super easy. I'm gonna take that first brush and go into the brown and then just blend it just above the orange. All right, and then I think I'm gonna take this teal shade all over the lid, and I'm gonna use my finger like I normally do. Wow, that's super pretty. It's like a satin, true satin shade. And that was really easy. I'm gonna take the first shade and kind of blend here because I know I just wiped some of it away with my finger. And blend it in with that green. I am going to add a little bit of orange where the transition shade is going to be, but I just want to put this gold there down first. Whoa, that is super beautiful. Putting that like all over the center and then blending it. I mean, even with all on my lid, I still have a ton on my finger, which is crazy. Go into the teal and just tap a little bit right there. And now I'm gonna go in with the orange and kind of zhuzh up the blend here. This look makes me feel like Puerto Rico, and I want to go on a trip. I want to go on vacation, take me there. That makes me feel like the Caribbean. I want to go on vacation. Alright, I am feeling that. I'm not going to do my inner corner until I do the rest of my face. And I'm likely going to just use this as the inner corner. But yeah, so let's get started on this side. I think for that, I'm going to use this matte brown here, which is more of a lighter shade. I'm going to clean my brush. All right, we're going to go into that light brown shade. Put that in the crease. Let's see if that actually like shows up. Sometimes shades like that surprise me. Sometimes they're just non-existent because they're pretty much my skin tone. Yeah, this one, I can see it more in person than on camera. That it is there and it's doing something, but it's doing so little, like it barely makes a difference. I'm done blending that. And I'm going to go in with the burgundy shade. I'm just cleaning my brush, the little one. We're going to go in with that berry burgundy shade. And I think with most shadows you could be like, oh, I'm packing it on and it's very pigmented. For me, I like to try to like slowly build it at first, because then I want to see like when I put it down and then I blend it, is it actually gonna, you know, look like something? Because sometimes you pack it on and you try to blend it, it doesn't blend at all, it's like stuck on. And sometimes you blend it and it blends right to nothing immediately. And so it can be kind of deceiving when you see people just pack and then not really do much blending, or they just blend the edges. I want to see if it's gonna last all day. I want to blend it out. So that looks really, really good. I'm gonna take the dark chocolate brown and concentrate that on the outer corner, but I don't want to take away from the red tone, so I'm not going to put too much. I feel like I like the way that looks. I'm going to have to try to put just a tad more right here, because I just have problems with eyeshadow sticking there. I think I got it on. And I'm going to go back in with the red and just add a little bit more. And then I wanted to jab my fingernail right in there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this minty shade and I'm going to put that all over my lid on this side here as I drop everything. The shimmers in here are more like a satin. They're not very like punchy, like, or sparkly or anything crazy. They're really more of a straight satin, which I'm kind of surprised. I suppose you can use like a glitter glue or wet your brush to get them to be like more metallic, but I don't know what I thought. Alright, and I'm just gonna take the chocolate brown and then blend that a little bit more. And there's not a lot of options for inner corner, so I'm pretty much, I feel like I'm going to use this shade for both eyes on the inner corner. But I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back. So this is the up close look of the look after I put mascara and did the rest of my face. I did put this liner here on my lower lash like waterline. This is Sub-Zero from ColourPop. I did try to put a little bit of liner in this waterline, but it really didn't take, so I'm not even gonna bother mentioning it. And I will tell you that I used pretty much this shadow here for the inner corner for both. I did try this one on this side here. It just was a little too dark, so then I went in with this over top. I still think it's kind of dark, but I feel like I was able to pull it off. So let's zoom out and talk about my experience with the palette. Overall, I really love this palette, and again, the packaging, stellar. I love this packaging, and I love how cute and petite it is too. Overall, compared to so many other palettes that I have, they didn't waste space on the inside of the palette to give you 12 really beautiful shadows. It's not wasted space, and it came with a mirror as well, so like plus. I love this palette. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's fine too. And until next time, love you guys. Bye.